What just happened? I'm Dan. That is Jules. And that is Xander. And today we're here to talk Season 3, Episode 7 of From, called These Fragile Lives. Now, if you guys don't know, if you're new here, we make theory videos based off of your comments. So get those comments in. We're going to have a video up in 2 days. If you want to send a video in and be in the video, tag us on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok at Scene Invaders. Or you can DM us if you don't want to post it. That's cool too. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to get you guys involved in those videos. This episode is crazy. Especially the ending. And all of the Tilly theories are out the window.
Rip.
They're done.
Poor Tilly, man.
That was insane. I can't believe that she got killed. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the ramifications of that. Is Ellis going to cover up for her? I want to pick your guys' brains at the end of this video when we get to that scene. It starts off with Fatima. And by the way, she's so dead. She's so dead. I texted you guys once this episode started. She is so dead. She's not making it to the end.
I think she's going to end up in that room that Ellis found. Elgin found.
What about how they did the first season with putting people in the box?
Ooh,
what about that?
Oh,
maybe it's like that's the new box.
Yeah, it could be that too. Yeah. So yeah, it starts off with Fatima, a heavy Fatima episode. And I think that's even more so giving credence to the theory that she's dead. She's not making it through the season. And she's talking to Christy about her cravings. And Christy's like, look, you're going through this thing where your body believes it's pregnant, but you're not actually pregnant. And she's like, it wasn't so long ago that Boyd thought he had worms under his skin that no one else could see. But I swore one person saw it when he was doing it. He's like, look. And didn't someone notice it when he right before he killed Smiley?
I think someone did.
I think one person
Kenny
noticed
did.
it. Yeah.
Was it Kenny?
I think it was Kenny. Yeah. And then she's like, I am pregnant. I can feel it.
I am pregnant. It's still there. I can feel it.
Then I wrote, she's dead, because I'm sorry, guys. I believe in that theory 1000%. She's not making it through this season. And then she storms out, and Mary's like, look, I'll go to Colony House. I'll get an IV started on her. I'll go help her out, even though she doesn't want to help at this time. And then we get the scene that we did in our trailer breakdown where Christy has no idea how to help her. And Boyd says,
then do your fucking job and figure it out.
So he's like, yeah, do your job. Do your job. And fair, I guess, but unfair at the same time.
She didn't sign up for that. That's not really her job. She just has the most knowledge.
He seems a little on edge, you know?
Yeah, he definitely is.
The monsters were like, we're going to break you. And it kind of seems like they're doing their job.
He almost feels like he's overcompensating.
And then we see Victor. He's roughing up Jasper, trying to get him to talk. You need to talk to me. It's so funny. I love it. Not going to work. I think Jade's the only one that's going to be able to talk to Jasper. I really believe that. And then Henry walks in. He's like, I can hear you from downstairs. You can't keep doing this. What's going on? And he's like, he needs to tell me what he said. I don't know what to tell you, Dad. This is what I'm doing. So deal with it. Then Victor goes to Sarah, and he wants to go in her basement because that's where secrets are told. And he thinks that Jasper will be able to tell the secrets in the basement. Again, I don't think this is true. I think Jade is the only one that is going to be able to talk to him. What about you guys? What do you think about that?
It doesn't seem to me like Victor's going to get anything out of him.
Yeah,
but Jade,
I think it's got to be Jade.
Yeah, Jade. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I think so too. And then Elgin made Fatima something. I don't really know what that was. Do you guys know? It's like a dream wisher or whatever they're called.
It looks like it was like one of those
like a baby
carousel things,
like mobile thing that you hang above a crib.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, cool. And then the camera goes off, and I wrote, "What is on that picture?" We see it later. We'll come back to it. Then Mary's trying to calm down Fatima. She's just pissed off. She's like, it's making me eat garbage. And then Ellis walks in. Ellis is like, look, Mary just cares. She's trying to help. She's like, why is no one listening to what I'm saying? I'm not crazy. Something's wrong with me. And look, I've been measuring my belly. I'm getting bigger. Why would I be getting bigger if I wasn't pregnant? And he's just like, oh God, what the fuck am I supposed to do in this situation? And she's like, my cravings are stronger. They're getting stronger every day. If this baby isn't real, that means it's me. Something's going on with me. And we had theories that she's turning into a monster. I'm not so sure about those theories anymore. I think it's more so the town got to her. What about you guys?
I'm still on the monster theory.
Yeah.
I think she's
I think I am too.
after her. I think the scene you're about to talk about, where like her ribs kind of pop out and suck in. I was like, oh yeah,
that's what's getting me.
Yeah, that was creepy as fuck. A couple creepy shots this episode for sure. And then Donna's talking to Boyd, and she compares Fatima to Abby, and Boyd's like, that's fair. I thought it would piss him off, but it really didn't. He was like, yeah, that's fair.
It was nice kind of seeing him and Ellis refer to their mom this episode a little more, like refer to Abby a little more. Because that's pretty heavy, man, the fact that happened. And it didn't happen too long ago. So it's nice that they kind of touch back on it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's nice that they give some weight to it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird thing to glaze over.
Yeah. And then Donna's like, look, if she's near the way Abby was, we need to find a way to bring her back ASAP. And by the way, I don't want her or Ellis at Colony House. It's not safe. Which, fair, totally fair, because we see what happens at the end of the episode. So her theory proved to be right instantly. So, yeah, totally fair. It's a threat to my people. I don't want her there. He's like, fine, I'll find room at the sheriff's station. And she's like, oh, you don't have to do it right away. He's like, I get it. You're good. You don't have to explain anymore. You're good. We're cool. And he walks off. So that was nice. And then Jim is by the lake and they talk about what they heard again. And we still don't get that answer of what the hell that is that goes around those cabins by the lake at night. It's some kind of other creature than the monsters that we see on screen. What is it? If you got theories, leave them below. We'll talk about it in the theory video. And then Tabitha, Jade, and Ethan show up, my favorite trio. And we'll come back to that in a second because that scene is amazing. Elgin went to the door. The cellar door was on the picture. So he goes and he opens it up. He goes in, doesn't see anything at first. And then he hears knocking. Then he hears more knocking. And I'm like, oh, God. So he moves the cabinet over to see a red door. How creepy can you get? But that's probably a good hiding spot when they didn't have the talisman, right? Yeah. Probably a really good hiding spot. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you would need someone to push all the shit back in front of the door.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is why I think you used it to keep something in rather than to keep something out.
Then out. Yeah, all right.
Good point.
That's a good point. Yeah. So he goes in, creepy as fuck. We'll come back to that. Also, Kenny and Acosta are in the diner. This scene made me laugh. She goes, what kind of psycho built this place? Why is there a diner, a post office that is a sheriff's station? What the fuck?
You want me to go over them one at a time, or you want me?
I want to know why no one's asking these questions.
He's like, yeah, what do you want me to do? Let's talk about it. You want some tea? You want some tea? Here you go. I'll give you some tea. And then they talk later. This episode did a good job of having like 3 main storylines, maybe 4 with Julie and Randall, and jumping back and forth between them. I thought they did a good job with pacing. Yeah, the pacing was nice. So back to the lake, Jade is taking notes. He's like, oh my God, this is great. I'm going to figure something out. I'm so excited. And Jim is being Jim. Did you guys like that scene with Jim being Jim? He's like, look, you had a dream. You had a dream. That's all it was.
Can't we just use him as a sacrifice? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
Can we like start a hashtag on Twitter? Just hashtag kill Jim, please.
Kill Jim. Yeah.
Just kill Jim. I just need him to go away forever.
As soon as I saw this scene, I was like, oh, you guys are going to get a kick out of this. So she's like, look, I had this dream over and over for months. It has to mean something. The totems were exactly the same. So I guess they're the scarecrow things. That's their official names, the totems. I didn't know that until now. So then Jim accepts it and that she needs to know. So he's like, all right, okay, you're cool. Let's talk. So then Julie and Randall are out for a stroll. He wants to show her something, which is ultimately how to drive. And that scene is pretty wild. We'll come back to that too. And then Kenny is talking to Acosta and he's like, people always come in. They always think there are going to be ones to figure it out. Give it some time. It'll pass. She's like, I'm not built that way, son. That's not how I roll. What did you think of Acosta this episode, guys?
She pissed me off. She was such a tryhard. She felt very pick me girl.
Yeah, I feel like they're probably setting her up for more of a villain arc kind of vibe. You know what I mean? She's almost giving me like Randall vibes, but I don't know if she's going to get the redemption that Randall got.
Well, because it seems like she was the opposite. Like she started off like nice and sweet and like trying to fit in. And now she's like, you know what? Fuck you guys.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Yeah, like I'm a cop. I'm a real cop. Yeah.
So the line when Boyd was like, what, have you been out of the academy for what, 2-3 days? She's like, that's 2 days. Yeah. It's definitely been so like one. That was her first day. That was her first day on the job.
Yeah. So good. So then Kenny's like, look, I've had this combo before. I've even been on the other side of this conversation. I get it. You feel afraid. And he's like, every theory you've had, someone else has had before you. Adapt or lose your mind. That's your two options. And then she finds out that both of his parents were killed here. She feels very bad. They talk about the talismans. And then she's like, oh, so that's why Boyd acts like a god around here. She hates Boyd because why? Because he was right? Because you killed someone? Come on, why do you hate Boyd?
I think she's just projecting. I think it's like a form of denial, to be honest.
It'd almost be natural for some people when they show up to the town and there's just one dude who's like kind of bossing everyone around and giving speeches, and you'd naturally be like, who the fuck are you, man?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm the one
especially in a place like that.
Alive, like fucking. All right,
yeah,
this guy.
Very Walter White. I'm the one who knocks type of deal. Yeah, that's true. So
Walter Black.
Walter Black. Oh man. All right. So, which is a great point. She's always in her cop uniform. So Kenny's like, you can get some fresh clothes and change, right? Be more comfortable. And I thought that was hilarious because, like, are you just always going to be in those clothes? Just play the cop role forever?
It's a good character moment too, because it's showing how like she doesn't want to let go of her authority.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's like, I don't plan on getting comfy, homie. And then the music plays, and he's like, yeah, that happens sometimes. And how about the song that was playing? Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. The place is just fucking with them, dude. Fucking with them. Oh, it's so good. I love it. Love this show so much. And then she's pissed off. She leaves. And then the bus driver walks in. If you guys know her name, I can't find it in my brain. If you guys know her name, let me know in the comments, and I'll stop calling her the bus driver. But she wants to reopen the diner. So that's going to be her new character arc, where she runs the diner, which is cool. People need that sense of calm, to have a place to go and relax and eat food and have a good time. So that's nice for the town that she's going to reopen the diner. So that's cool. And then back to Elgin, he sees a rotted body, and then he sees the Komodo lady, and he says, is this what really happened? So what the hell are they talking about? This confused the shit out of me. You got anything? That was wild, that scene. That's where we need you guys.
I still feel like that's where they put people when they start to turn or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So like, I think that's where Fatima's going to end
rot
up.
out.
And like, this is where it happened.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. That's a solid theory. And I believe that's the last time we see Elgin. So we'll see what he does with Kimono Lady next episode. And then quick scene, which is a bigger scene later. Henry wants a drink. Donna agrees. So they head on over to the bar. And then Acosta goes to see Boyd. Wants her gun back. And he's like, look, you killed someone. You need to prove yourself before I can trust you. She's like, I'm a real cop, like Jules said. Shows the badge. And then, like Jules said, how long you been a cop? A couple days? That's not important. What's important is I'm a real cop, and you're going around parading like you're the sheriff god. I'm a real cop. You need to listen to me. You need to give me my gun back.
Give me my gun.
So she's pissed. They're at a head right now. You like that scene?
It'd be so crazy as a actual Marine to have someone be like, I'm a cop. Or like, meet. That's cool, man. Like, so crazy.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. She then says he's been doing a shit job because he's like, my job is to keep people safe. And she's like, well, people are dying. You're doing a shit job. And then she doubles down. Give me my fucking gun, motherfucker. So he goes, oh, you want your gun? Want your gun? Takes down that thing, shows the hole in the wall, grabs the gun, takes out all the bullets, gives her the gun. You can have the bullets when you prove yourself to me. But if you step foot in here again without my permission, we're going to have a problem. And she's like, okay, all right, sure we will. So they're not
back in there because we know what's going to happen.
You think she'll go back in without his permission?
Yes.
Maybe he beats the shit out of her.
Before she left, she took a double take, was like,
yeah.
Okay. See ya.
I was proud of Boyd for sticking up for himself in that, because she was very much so in the position of, hey, I'm telling you what to do and you're going to listen. And I love that he stood up for himself, was like, hey, you come back here, we're going to have a fucking problem. So I was like, damn right. Good shit, Boyd. I like that.
I'm sure like they're probably giving her leeway because she just showed up. But if anyone else did that, they'd probably go in the box. So he's probably like,
right.
I should just kill you because
I should
that's
kill
the
you.
rule we have.
Yeah. I'm very curious of her arc, whether or not she'll get any redemption at all, or if she'll just be this way from now on and get killed off. I wonder which way it'll go. You don't think she gets redemption, do you, Xander?
Nope. No, there's no way.
Jules?
No.
No redemption?
It seems unlikely. I would have to see how she fares in the next episode, I think.
That's big. We got 3 episodes left. Oh, I'm getting so sad. Please don't end this. This show is the best. It's the best show on TV. All right, Donna and Henry at the bar. She pours him a drink. They start drinking, and then he goes, "Look, I had a thought earlier today that it would have been easier if I never came here, if Tabitha never found me, and it was just easier thinking that all my kids and my wife were dead. It was easier. And what kind of father says that? But it was only for a second. It was only for a second." So he's kind of upset. And he kind of had a line like this earlier, a couple episodes ago. So he has all this guilt, right? And I don't know why they're showing this unless they're setting him up to get killed. That's the only way I see this arc. Well, why else have all this guilt? Where's it leading to?
I wonder if he's going to like sacrifice himself to save Victor.
Yes, that's where I'm going with it. Yeah, 100%. Xander, agree?
That'd be lit. Yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah,
like Victor's in a position where he's fucked, and then Henry just runs out and sacrifices himself. Yeah, all right, I can see that. That'd be a great arc for his character. It'd be very sad, but it'd be a great arc for his character. And then Tabitha sees the red stones, and she says, "This feeling I remember. I remember this feeling from the fear when I was running, and I hid behind this rock. This is the rock that I hid behind." And they were like, then what? And she's like, then I would look up, and then I'd wake up every time. It would be the same. And this gives Jade a thought, and he's loving this. If seeing this place before, that means you never had a chance. If fate exists, you were destined to come here. You were always going to end up here, just like Miranda. So I think that's a spot on.
Me and Billy talk about this all the time, how it's kind of like Lost, but it's almost the same theme as Lost that I really enjoyed, which is like, is there free will, or are we all kind of like destined to do certain things? Is it all written beforehand, or can we make choices? I love like philosophical debates like that. It's really interesting to me.
And I love Jade, man. He's so great. I love the way he pieces things together. You know, he's just such a brilliant guy. Yeah, at least in the show. I don't know if he is in real life. He's a good actor.
If Jade is right, do you guys think that every person in the town is part of this cycle, or just specific people?
I'm assuming it's kind of like Lost, where there's certain people who are destined to be there, and then other people that were with them are kind of like collateral.
Yeah.
So I'd say probably like Kenny, Tabitha, Elgin, like people kind of like that are all,
because
like,
could
they were all
be
brought
like,
there.
Elgin was supposed to be there, but everybody else on that bus was collateral. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe him and Randall, you know, and
Mary, maybe.
Right.
Maybe Ellis or Boyd, one of the two, but not both of them, kind of thing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, just kind of whoever you're with at the time.
Man,
obviously,
could you see, now that I'm thinking about it, could you see Fatima killing Ellis by accident?
Oh, God. Damn it. Don't even say that.
Here's the thing, is that I think that there's a very real possibility that Ellis's mom would have done that to Boyd.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is almost like the opposite situation. It's like, what would have happened if Boyd didn't take her out? And this is
he took her out because she pointed the gun at Ellis.
Yeah.
Yeah, she pointed the gun at Ellis, so she would have done it. Yeah, she would have done that for sure. That's true.
If this place is trying to break Boyd, what better way than to like kill Ellis? You know?
Oh my gosh.
Goddamn,
all right.
man.
Poor Tilly shows up to talk to Ellis, and she's like, look, I'm here if you need me. She walks away, and he goes, hey, they had an ultrasound machine. There's no baby. There's something inside of her that a machine can't see, maybe, or this place broke her. And he's like, by the way, are you afraid of dying? And she goes on this whole speech. I was at first, but then I realized how small life is. So no, I'm not afraid of dying. Not anymore. You know, I'm an old lady with cancer, and I like a good love story. So I'm just rooting for you two, and I'm here if you need me. So it was very sweet, and it was very TV show-esque, setting up this character to die. Yeah.
It was a great
very
speech,
much so.
though.
It was a great speech.
There's just certain moments in this show where you can tell that it's written by a person who has gone through some shit. And that was one of those moments.
Yeah.
I was like, that's like a real perspective of a person who's like thought about death and had to face that kind of situation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the writing's been great this season. Yeah, I love this season. All right, this is the scene you alluded to earlier. The IV on Fatima is giving her some kind of red mark on her arm, and then her stomach starts to morph, and her ribs start going up, and her stomach, that was gross. And she starts screaming, help, help, help. What the hell was that all about? But then Ellis walks in the room, and nothing's going on. So it was in her mind, or did that actually happen?
I don't know, man.
I'm not sure about. to be honest.
I could see them playing it like it's in her mind, almost like Randall with the cicadas kind of thing, but it's leading him somewhere.
Yes. All right. Well, speaking of Randall, he's driving with Julie. She wants her turn to drive, but then he sees the cicadas again and he wipes them off of the window with the window wipers.
Yeah, fuck you.
What are you doing?
And that was so funny. I laughed my ass off when he said that. He's like, yeah, I got you, motherfucker. But no, he didn't, because they keep coming. He stops, gets out of the van, leaves the van there. I wonder if they're going to go back to the van and drive back to Colony House, or if leaving the van there will be a bad sign. But they do eventually leave and go back. So I think they probably do go back to the van. So that probably happens. But it might come back to haunt them. We'll see. And then Ellis, he doesn't know what to do. So he tries to break into the clinic and steal powerful antipsychotics. So I don't know what they were. I think they might have shown it on the medicine bottle. So if you guys know what they were, let me know. But she's like, it could make things a lot worse. And Boyd's like, give them back. He does. And then he walks outside. Dad, what am I supposed to do? I don't know how I'm supposed to help her. Which nightmare am I supposed to be afraid of? She's falling apart and I don't know how to help her. And then they hug. And it's like, yeah, I feel for you, Boyd. You don't know how to help your son. He doesn't know how to help his woman. It's a very tough situation to be in.
I thought they'd play more into the Ellis literally watched his mother do the same thing and he was kind of helpless.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
He like went to his dad for help and his dad was like, oh, I'm busy. And Ellis just had to like watch her go insane. So I thought they'd play more into that, but that scene was really well done. I don't enjoy a lot of Ellis scenes, but that was a pretty strong one.
No, you don't? I like Ellis. I don't know why.
He's fine. He's not the best actor on the show, but he pulled it out on that one. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. Nice emotional scene. All right, last two scenes, guys. Julie finds Randall. Why did you just run off? And he's like, oh, we'll talk about it later. Do you feel that? We should go see what that is. And we theorized in the trailer video that this is where they were chained up. Right? This is the place that they were chained up. So maybe it was, and she wanted to go see it. And she's like, you feel it too, don't you? He's like, I don't feel shit, but he probably did. And they don't go. So what was that all about? Was that the place? Do you think, Xander, was that the place they were chained up?
100%. The same place that when Boyd finally kills the music box, he puts out the lantern, he pops into that exact spot. So there's got to be something going on there. People can't see, but it's there still kind of vibe.
Final scene, guys. Fatima goes to find some rotten food, but doesn't eat it. Has more pain in her stomach. And then Tilly shows up trying to help. Poor fucking Tilly. She's like, get the hell away from me. Stabs her in the fucking heart. Jesus Christ. I was so upset, and I saw it coming from a mile away. As soon as she walked in that room, I'm like, you're dead, lady. Stabs her in the heart.
You have to run.
So even when she's dying, she's looking out for her. Like, don't get caught. You killed me, but it's cool. So, geez, man. Tilly's a real one. And all those theories out the window. Good, bad, it doesn't matter. She's dead. So,
I knew it. I called it. Tilly was not evil. I knew it, man.
That's definitely true. She wasn't evil. So what do you guys think? Ellis, is he going to cover for her?
Yeah, I'd think so. He's definitely going to tell Boyd, but I think they're going to do something to try and cover up for her. Definitely get her out of Colony House for sure.
I feel like
get her out of there.
Now, but I don't think it will be on that.
I mean, how can you cover it up though? It's either someone murdered her or you hide her in the middle of the street somewhere and hope the monsters tear her apart. That's like your only options, right?
True.
It's going to be a murder.
In a town of what, 50, 70 people ish. There's not that many people. When someone goes missing, also, I'm sure they'll notice quick.
If you think about it, like there's a lot of wild shit that happens in that town. So would it be that far fetched for some new crazy fucking shit to have happened to someone that they can just play off as, oh, this is just a new fucking terrible thing? We'll
see, man. I hope they open up next week with like right where they left off, right? With like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Let's do this. So R.I.P. Tilly. I'm very upset that she got killed by Fatima this episode. God damn it, Fatima. She's falling apart. I don't know what's inside her. Maybe she's turning into a monster, or she's just going crazy, just like the worms in Boyd's skin, just like the cicadas that Randall is seeing. Maybe it's something like that. But that stomach morphing scene was really weird. So yeah, that's what we get this episode. Very strong. 3 episodes left. I know the show's going to end up on a perfect note, leading right into season 4. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Theory video coming out in 2 days. Get those theories in. If you want a video submission, like I said, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, send them in and you'll be on screen. See you in a couple days. Thanks, guys. Later.